It's all your fault, Rosie. I see you. I just want you to know that. Brooks, how you doing? How you doing? Oh, Wog. Wog, it's been a long time. It's been a very long time. Good morning. And make the big donuts. And hope for like a bunch of berry power somehow. Berry? Candies. We had big haul. White coins. White coins. Fine. How are we all doing tonight? Rosie? We need to ban the Rosie until the Rosie eats. Now, I know at that point you may be asking, but then how are we going to know when she eats? Who knows? Ooh. Ordered some of the new cards. Let's go, Brooks. Then acquire food. Like, actual, real, wholesome, nutritious food. You gotta eat, though. Food is important. But when did T-Rex become Cam Scataboo? I wonder why, Rosie. Yesterday? You became Cam Scataboo yesterday? I missed it? Rosie's fault. It's Rosie's fault it's up so high. The volume, Rosie. Oh, Joyce, I'm sorry. Oh, that's also probably her fault, but... Yo, Gilbert? Gilbert, how we doing? Gio said it wasn't loud enough the first time. Bruh. Imagine being Eevee. Same. How? Got it. I mean, English is boring. It's a very boring class. In no way. All that just so you could put up the reflect. Get you some good eats, Gio. Like it's not even helping. Yeah, get you some foods. That's a lot of bottle caps. Do not. Bro, you were not there a second ago. Where's my bonus ball? Right there. Got it. Can't forget you on the knuckles. I wasn't gonna bother with that battle or doing any more battles, but like this guy gives me stuffs and things. Your last, Rosie. Have you drank water? Have you tried not being so dry? Rosie. Rosie, go acquire water. But being so dry and acquire water. Kaden, how you doing? I don't think she's drank water today. There's some sneaking suspicion that she hasn't drank water today. But Rosie was the box gremlin. I mean, she is a gremlin. She does like to hide in the box. Instead of taking care of herself. Acquire water. Quit being so dry. No. Water, food and water first. No, but they're not. But they're not. Will not give you a typic hyperspace zone. Why? Why will it not give you a epic hyperspace? Should be a fairly common one. She's just grumpy because she knows I'm right. That's a cool one. That's Charmatic. I was gonna say, watch, I'll have one. No. Rosie, you can say no and drop the face all you want. You know I'm right. You need food and water. Realistically, I would like to get started on one of the Eon twins. But I have to get Felipe to play nice and give me the portal first. I'm not hungry, though. I'm Larry. And you need to try to eat something. You talk to a nurse. Talk to a nurse at one of the Pokemon centers, and then when you're rebooting the game, it's up XB. Actually, I had to be taught how to load the backup save, like, a couple weeks ago. Because I didn't actually know how to load them. Up on the D-pad. Yeah, up on D-pad, XB. Huh! Just up. Hey, you don't need the D-pad. I just did that with the joystick. I just did that with the joystick. I was like, I wonder if it would work. You better believe it works with the joystick. As long as it's up. Yes, it's just up. I always assumed it was D-pad, so I've been doing D-pad. Joystick works. Crazy. Yo, doo-doo. You've always been told D-pad. Same. And again, like, with some of the older systems, it had to be D-pad. Huh. Yeah, until you're all the way in-game, they're tied to the same. Changes when you're in-game, but... Bro, what are these donuts? Yeah. You are guaranteed that there will be one inside the zone. Because if you have level 3 sparkling, You will always have to catch a shiny. See, Shalfa Tyrant still evades me. Still evades me. I got an Amora. One single Amora. Oh, all of these donuts are bad. That could be kind of cool. I do typically like to do the whole zone, but it's kind of so... I don't feel like I'm chucking some of the donut away once I've gotten it. Can you give me Alpha and not Humongo, please? Thank you, game. You know, I've been a big fan of going full, of getting the type for the whole zone. I think it's mostly because I have a lot to fill in still. Rosie, food and water. Food and water. Oh. Will Tyrant no more funny business? Man, I've gotten a fair deal of Tyrant shinies now, just not the alpha. There you go. Congrats, Alex. Congrats. You don't, Rosie, you don't have to grab something massive. But you gotta eat something. Okay, let's go. I feel like decently rare. It, it might be a 50-50. Let me check. But it's probably 7-to-1 male female. Yeah. It's got the same ratio as the starters in Eevee. 87.5 male, 12.5 female. Yeah, the odds for females like 1 out of 8. I think it really kind of puts some of the odds into perspective with Pokemon when you think about just those. God, catching power all types. That could have been huge. Where is the boy town? that's a very real question. Alan never misses. Hope he good. No big disturbance. Massive disturb. Bruh. Bruh, I would have worked with that. I would have worked with that if it was a level 3. I did. I did. Part of me wants to play it again sometime because, like, man. I liked Survivor better than I liked Fallen Order. I liked Fallen Order quite a bit, but I feel like the combat in Survivor felt a little bit better to me. Could have just been like a personal preference thing, but yeah, I think that too. The story aspect of Fallen Order wasn't that long. No worries, Brex. No worries, Brex. Have your funds. Yeah, no, for real though. There's just a lot. If you're only gonna let me have sparkling power or alpha on the donut, at least give me a good sparkling power. I don't think dark is the play. What you get in the way of food? True, it'll be way too convenient for her. Bruh. Rosie. Rosie. Yes. But, and hear me out. Do you know what salt does in the body? or helps create within the body. Salt. Because chips are salt. A lot of salt. It doesn't help with hydrating. Say that right now, it does the exact opposite. Yeah, so if you're actively dehydrated, chips not the best play. Unless you plan on having a good amount of water with them, since you're already actively dehydrated. Knackley would be a great one. For sure. You want your rock of salt? Valid. Valid. Knackley's a great shiny. Would give me a Feeble Zone now, wouldn't it? Oh, 3 of 10 now. How are we doing? We did get Virizion. And we got Terrakion. We got them both. Last night. Literally last night, Rosie. Within the first hour of stream. Yeah, you were here. You were here when it happened. No. I spent about 13 hours today setting up an actual chaos situation within Madden. That's still not done. It's still not done being set up. Let me leave you alone. Bro, that is gonna be the worst zone that I ever did see. I would gladly give you that Tepig spawn. Right, I do still need another Tepig myself, but I went back to hover to it for a second because I didn't think I was actually seeing it. I went back, I was like, there ain't no way that the game just did to homie like that. Mom. I need these things to quit attacking for like 2 seconds. Well, you know what you did. Oh, I think you've been here longer, you two. Believe you have been here longer. Oh, yeah, you two was definitely... It's definitely been here longer. You two was here before we ever got the first Cabalion zone. And you two was here before we even got Ray Ray. We messed around a lot about getting that Ray Ray. I mean, I don't think so. I like chocolate. I'm honestly not sure. Autocorrect do be goofy quite a bit. Especially mobile autocorrect here lately. White chocolate in certain scenarios is good. But dark is... Ah, you did that. Yeah, it says retracted. Yeah, that was you. Yeah, I've got one in the wings for Latios or Latias. Felipe's just got to give me Latios, Latias. Oh no, hello, welcome in. How we doing? Alpha Whaler would be massive. Ooh. Good luck on that hunt. I mean, that's a great shiny, but it's a hard one to hunt. I just hope that if we are going to get a new Smash on Switch 2, that they tell Sakurai before announcing that it's releasing. Because that's how they did him with Ultimate. He found out that he was making a new Smash game by the announcement that there was a new Smash title coming out. Yeah, I was never a fan of the fact you couldn't set up food power inside Area Zero. Like, it's a predetermined amount of time that it lasts for. Why do you have to make it outside. Oh, good. Good. You should be regretting that. Are you going to learn anything from this? No. No, you are not. Because you knew before you ever started eating them what they were going to do, and you chose to do it anyway. Well, I kind of feel like I would be okay with either. I think I would prefer the Mega form. If we were only going to get one. Yeah, Flamingo's here. You should probably take them with a lot of water, but... I feel like that could be part of it too. Or part of the thing on this that size thing is for the better. The better the mobile game, the bigger it is. Larger the file, typically. Same, because I kept looking at it as like a tentacle, and I'm like, what is that? I think it is random. See, I would have to try to determine what Pokemon to remove from the avatars for the Megas. That's why the Megas aren't there. Is space. As it is, we already have a bunch that should be there and are not. No, I'm pretty sure it's random. I don't necessarily think that either of those are exactly bad. I mean, Darkrai's looks like something out of Nightmares, which makes sense because his whole character kind of revolves around nightmares. Heatrans is a bit more questionable. I think they were trying to make him look like a giant furnace, and that's not really the vibe that we got. Right now, honestly, Aeron would be the ideal flag. Aeron, Onyx. Amora if Alpha. If Tepig can be in a special scan, but what it would be is a fire zone with all the fire starters in it. Yeah. Zone 18? Yeah, it's really not. I mean, the 5-star zones with starters cook because they are usually just the starters. There's also 5-star Eevee zones. She knows you. Even she knows you should have done that the first time. Uh-oh. You did save first, right, you two? Okay. I gotta get a few of those out of there. Yo, J-Rock, welcome in. How you doing? Probably. I like the past better. I like the past paradoxes better. Because, they just feel like they have more life to them. We're doing alright. We are doing alright. Rosie, have you not been home with the cat pretty much all day? I have not, like, as soon as Coliseum drops into the online, that is going to be something I want to try to go for. Yeah, and Rosie, you're asking how she knows you haven't eaten. If you've been home with her pretty much all day, at what point today has she seen you eat? Or did you just, like, forget that the cat has eyeballs? Exactly. How does she know you haven't eaten? She hasn't seen you eat. And that just sounds like a great time. Definitely a challenge in Coliseum, but a great time. To be honest, we're probably not going to get a whole lot of time in on this stream. Because of the fact that I did not sleep. I got locked in on stupid idea. Eel? I don't want to go eel. How does one even go eel? Aaron, please. I'm literally like surrounded by the Aeron line. I'm bold to assume that I haven't played a Souls game. But honestly, I think I liked Elden Ring better out of them. I feel like Creamy has to be the play for a PB&J. I mean, you're gonna see a lot of that in gaming, because if you build a game specifically to the audience you already have, you don't get to expand it any further. You can't really expand your player base. I mean, really, they didn't make the combat that much different than it was in Souls. And my thing, it was easier to follow. I found Elden Ring a little bit easier to follow than the others. That's because that by far became the one of the most popular builds. And a lot of it wasn't even because it was easier. It was because it made it... The only thing that made it easier on them was the ability to just camp out in different areas with lower levels while having them max out. And just start trying to pick them off left and right. If they decided to use the finger to try to get assistance. If they were stuck somewhere. I didn't even use Rivers of Blood. Though. Rivers of Blood was not my go-to. I didn't even do a full proper bleed, but I did have a bleed. Which is a wild change from what my actual first build was doing. My first build was very much a faith build. I think the one big thing that actually irked, the only thing with Elden Ring that really irked me was the whole setup of being able to build a character to fit your playstyle clean through the game. When you got to the final boss, it didn't do any, or that build did no good for you. It's like if you build around having the poison or having rot, bleed, any of that, didn't do anything in the final fight. They were immune to all of it. I mean, for the most part, absolutely. And for the most part, I can agree with that. Having certain bosses being immune to certain things to try to, you know, get you to try some of the different stuff out. But when you make one that's immune to everything but smack it with a sword at the end, it's kind of like, okay, but why? Like, because at that point you've spent the whole game kind of getting led into finding what type of build best worked for the way you like to play the game, just for it to turn around and be like, hey, you know, these cool builds we've tried to get you to look at all game, yeah, none of them work here. Christ, it was on the bottom. Pokemon Gamer, how we doing? Because it kind of felt like it hit a point of why. Could have nerfed it more to where it was, to where most of it wasn't usable. I mean, hell, as it was, you only saw like the same 2 or 3 spells, and it would be people popping in on you just to stand on the other side of the map and take you out with those. Almost always Comet Azul. It's like, well, oh. There you go for it, Rosie. So I think we're going to try to get one more special skin set up. And it was for most of them, but that was another one of those where by the time you reached the beast, the elder beast at the end, it was useless. Oh, this is cool. You know, loving this. And a beat drill. I mean, and there's nothing wrong with not liking it, but wanting it nerfed because it doesn't fit your place, or it doesn't suit your play style, I don't really think it's the play either. Like, you don't want to be that guy that's like, oh, well, since I don't play this way, nobody should play this way, you know? Then at that point, you got new questions that start getting asked. Also, that was one of the big things that drew me away from it in the first place. Or back away from it. Yo, let's go. I would love some hyperspace berries. Yep. Right, but again, then at that point, it's like, if their style was to fly through the game, nerfing it so that they couldn't fly through the game instead of, you know, making it more of a challenge for them, they were just going to quit playing. Some people don't have the attention span to spend 30 hours trying to fight a boss. I remember having one of the bosses in that right after it came out caused me to just set it down for 6 months. I was just like, I don't have time for this. Like, there's too many other games coming out to spend this much time on this fight. So I moved on to literally anything else. And that's the thing. I didn't. I stopped. But if that's if that's what they want to go to for a player base, then they would have to be okay with that player base never growing. And if the player base never grows, as time passes and your player base that you were used to having there starts passing on, you have nobody to sell a game to. And when that's your studio's entire lifeline of game, it just isn't going to work for them. They'll eventually have to do something to try to ease it up at least a bit for some people. It's more about longevity as a studio and a game style and franchise in the first place than it is just trying to make it easier. You got to be able to lure new people in. I think the only games that I have seen things be done to make completely easy, like super easy, that I wasn't a big fan with is how they started doing some of the Pokemon earlier. Around like what, Gen... I think I want to say it started around Gen 6 where, you know, they just started handing out heals or healing items and just straight up full team heals at every turn. It felt like it took some of the curve of learning where people were and what they had out of it. Like, thing is, at the end of the day, when you're making a game, you're not going to be able to please everybody, which is something that is known. Water, Rosie. Get water. Bruh. Oh my god. And I think that was the thing too. They had said in the first place they weren't trying to make it a full-on Dark Souls feel, because they wanted something to separate it. Also, the real challenge fight in there is the optionals. Honestly, like, they did kind of a bit more of a balance where, like, you had your bosses that, you know, they could pose a challenge to some newer players, for sure. Maybe not so much veterans of the Souls games. And then you had your optionals. Namely Malenia. It was actually probably the biggest pain in the entire game for me. Also, as far as that goes, the actual what was actually meant to be the hardest Souls game to get released was actually on the PS3. Alright, yep. This is going great. Got it. If nothing else, we got our 19,000 there. Dude, every one of these alpha trainers in here was being a bully. I don't even have time to find the bonus ball because of that pincer. See, I didn't even run a shield in Elden Ring. I was running, I can't even think the name of the blade now. Blade from the Finger Hunter. I was dueling those. Just mostly because I just like the attack pattern on them. It's gonna happen when you're dehydrated too. You're gonna chug a ton. Yeah, I was running that guy's katana, but just two of them, dual wielding them. It was just the attack pattern that felt the best to me. Definitely ran me into some issues with a couple bosses because I was getting myself trapped in combos occasionally because I started getting greedy in fights. You know, I actually needed that Amora. Didn't even know it. Brick. I think that one's going to be the better one. We don't want minus special attack on Amora. Ew, gross. Have fun with that, Rosie. I need to go. I need to come over here and make a donut. Basically just a throwaway. Or like two of them. Yeah, don't suggest that. Not really much for throwaway, is it? Yeah, I mean, we are going to be on the shorter side on this one. Simply because I got an actual combined total of 0 sleep between streams. I got dedicated to getting a really, probably stupid bit set up. Which also gets me about halfway to another stupid bit that I thought of a while back. I ran into an issue getting set up. Yeah, it's been like 13 hours just editing players in Madden. Just literally staring at the player editing screen. And I'm still not done. Yeah, I think I knocked all of my ability to do that out of me. Sort of? Like, it's been fairly consistent here recently, but it's not set shift every time I go in. Yeah, sometimes. You two, you actual moron. Why would you go into the beam? Got it. I can be sometimes, but... Yeah, it sounds like your Sammy has ran out. I'm back, I'm Larry. I'm hoping this time we can see. Just a question mark zone. No type showing underneath it. Ask, and you shall receive. Very light, Talon. Very light. We're kind of on the shorter end tonight. But we do have some doubling up going tomorrow, so in a way. That's a legendary. It doesn't have a type underneath it on the map, and it doesn't show any Pokemon. When you hover over it, it just says detected via special scan. It's from this here. There's no level. It's just detected via special scan. Yeah, you know that you have some kind of legend. I don't know who's in here yet. Which is why we made this throwaway donut and drop the backup save. We can see who's here. Who's in here? Latios! Fine and dandy. Where? On the roof. Oh, of course he's on a roof. Be that roof, isn't it? So that I have to do this. Still setting it up, Talon. They are tied to certain spots, yes. Oh, this is gonna suck. So I'm betting this isn't resetting it. It's over there, it's looking away. Yeah, it's not. Meaning we're gonna have to come all the way down. This might not even be far enough. Save beneath the elevator and reset? Like, reset the whole game? Just going this way? It's like, it looks like it's in the same spot. Kem? Okay, if Kem did it, then I know it works. If Kem was doing that, then it works. Might be. I mean, yeah, it doesn't appear to be doing anything. Which would be weird, because, like, when you hit the elevator, you see it despawn. When you come back up, it's in the same spot. I know, but this thing is not a great spot. And this donut's not going to do anything for it anyway, so. But we know what we have. We know it's a Latios. We have the donut for it. Prepared. Yeah, no, you can see it recovering from the animation. Alright, so I know what we're hunting in the next one. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this one right here, because your boy needs some rest. Oh, I know you would have, Talon. I know you would have. I'm just glad you got to make it and let us know you was good, homie. Yeah, I'm somewhere well over 24 right now. I think that's I think that's why I'm hit like I am. I'm at like 33 and a half. Something like that. Well, that's where I'm headed. I'm headed straight over to the Eeps. Jesus, Rosie. Only 11 is wild. for it being 2 a.m. Alright, I appreciate y'all that did pop in and hang. And sorry we weren't longer on this one, but we kind of got the double feature tomorrow to make up for it. Because we'll have episode 3 on or going up premiere tomorrow night, so it's sort of double. It's like one stream, but then we've got the premiere for episode 3 on the Soul Link. It's an Omega Ruby randomizer Soul Link that me and the wonderful Jordan Zen have been working on. You just don't need to watch episode 2. Well, Rosie, you got until probably 6, 7, something like that, or 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. I mean, sort of. It plays like straight up Omega Ruby. It's just all of the teams, the wild Pokemon, the abilities, movesets are all randomized. We just kind of randomized everything. Special scams of Battle Zone. Oh no, Matt, you're popping in right as we headed out on this one. Yep, the first 2 episodes are already up and readily available. And I'm going to get a playlist put together for the Soul Link as well. But we can have all the episodes in there. Alright, well, I made sure the Battle Royale got to roll. That was the big thing. I don't like ending in the midst of a Battle Royale. I make sure we could see them roll through. Yep, special scans can be battle zones. They give a lot of points when they do it, so if you have to just make basically like a throwaway donut, that'll give you enough time to get the, like, 7 battles done in there. Which realistically doesn't take super long. Unless you have that random bug zone that we just had where they were all menaces. You typically get about like 20,000 points if it does it off of those. So basically you clear that, you can do like just one random zone or one of the mega battles, and you'll have your next special just that quickly. That's what those battle zones that we went into. I'm headed for Eep, Rosie. I'm headed to the Eeps. Pick. Yeah, no, I gotta get the sleep in, so I make sure I'm up in time to do this premiere at the time we want to get it out. And I appreciate y'all's hanging. I'll see y'all at the premiere later. And then stream. We'll have a stream tonight as well. Or tomorrow night, I guess, technically. Depending on which way you want to look at it. But alright, until then, y'all. Everyone be well. Stay safe. Oh, 10 is a lot, Alex, but you got this. You got this. If it's giving you 10, it should be a fairly easy zone. Bye, y'all.